Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington.
Today, it's the penultimate week of the regular season, week 16, and we've got a good one in store between the Arizona Cardinals and the Seattle Seahawks. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in week 16.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Play fake. Murray. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Play action. Now it's Murray. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. And they'll send the slot in motion left. A first carry for Leonard Fournette.
And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line.
11 yards there, just like last play.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. They'll run it again with Fournette. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road.
On play action, it's Murray. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at 2nd down.
The coverage was good, but I just wonder if they absolutely fooled the quarterback on that play. I think he was expecting something else, ended up with nowhere to throw the football successfully.
Well, they'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Well, they've gotten it to the 4 on this opening drive, but now they face a 3rd and goal. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
They're going for it. It's Murray.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ballgame.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there.
10 cycles.
And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter.
Ready, ready. Eagle blue. Ready, ready.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. Try to escape the shadow of their goalpost. That helped. 10 yards. 1st down.
Here we go.
First carry here for Ken Walker.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
The Seahawks at 5-9 on the year. They've lost 3 straight here. It kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak, and right now, they're not playing their best.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Cardinals are going to take possession of the football.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Jamal Adams.
And the Seahawks will take over here at their own 12-yard line.
Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Let's go.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
They go play action here on first down. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
And he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13.
6, 7. Ready?
They'll look to throw.
That's caught over the middle by Fant. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Well, this defense for the Cardinals, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks. And plenty of other turbulence in the pocket.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Back to throw here.
Throw out wide to Walker.
And he won't get to the marker. He's a yard short. A pickup of 3 and leaves him with 4th and 1.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the first down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
Ready.
They'll try and sneak it here. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. He didn't get anything. And the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember, last time out, they threw the interception.
And this is caught inside the 5.
And he will step out of bounds all the way down at the 5-yard line. 5 yards from the end zone, 1st and goal.
Murray flips his forward on the jet sweep. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona.
Rondale Moore.
His 9th touchdown of the season.
And the Cardinals post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. The extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that makes the score 7-0.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done.
Taking it right down Broadway. The 20.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find them at the wide receiver position, and that was special there.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Drill 52.
Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Okay, ready?
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Slide through. Blaster, 6. Quad red. Hut.
They'll set up to throw.
A quick target here, complete to Metcalf.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Noah Fant, a 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Seahawks are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. And still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter. Pete Carroll in that familiar hands-on-knees pose. His guys will go for 2 here.
Slow, stand. Check, pitch. Ready.
They'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked off by Marco Wilson.
And nothing but daylight ahead. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. The football changing hands here as this offense takes the field. Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
And Murray in trouble here, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
Now it's Lockett. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And it'll be Seahawk football 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
With the offense coming back out here, plenty of energy, ready to roll. Look into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Buda Baker with a pick.
And the Cards are going to take possession of the football.
This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing.
Touchdown, Cardinals. Hollywood, Marquise Brown, 40 yards.
And the Cardinals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
This offense returning out there, and really, you remember the last drive, Charles, it was over before it even began. They threw the interception on the very first play.
And what that means is for all these guys, it's been a while since they've been out there going full speed, so they've got to get everyone back out there, run a couple of your go-to plays, make sure you get your offense oiled up a little bit. They've got to be able to start fast, but they've got to be efficient as well.
Especially the quarterback.
1:58 left to play till we hit halftime.
Come on, set. 22 needle.
Now we've got whistles and movement up front. I think this is against Seattle.
Let's go.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
52 blaster.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
Picked off by Marco Wilson. And the Cardinals are going to take possession of the football.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And he'll be out of bounds. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
That's a nice explosive play there, and this defense told us we have to have our eyes right on their RPO sets, and they did not have their eyes right.
I love that term, eyes right, meaning they have to be in the proper place and read your keys. And a smart thinking guy running an offense can see when you break down on that, and he took full advantage of it.
Extra bulk up front for 2nd and inches, 3 tight ends.
They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
They'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
They'll go with a big bank Fournette. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Leonard Fournette, his 12th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. Now with that, they could elect to take the ball at the 1 if they wanted.
Yeah, exactly right. They have options here. If they decide now to go for 2 after the penalty, the ball doesn't go to the 2-yard line as normal. They get the penalty, so that's half the distance. You put it at the 1. But if they decided they wanted to kick, they would just move the ball from the 15 to the 10, and they would kick it there.
Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
Joey Sly set to kick off.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more.
There he goes, left side. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf, 85 yards. And the Seahawks get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that as he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. First down, Murray. Finding his target, it's Trey McBride. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Murray now on first down. And the Seahawk defense gets to him and they bring him down. A huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Murray now. Under pressure, they got him again. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Cardinals out in front. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. And we welcome you back now alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn getting set for quarter number 3 here. Sly set to boot it. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Down.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. Finding Williams once more, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Back to throw again. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. These two teams matching up for the second time this year. Their first meeting back in October, week 6. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here. Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the 3rd time. Picked up by Marco Wilson. Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. Oh, a killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And the Cards are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. Tough one there. First drive of the 3rd quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
2nd down, back to Fournette. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. That's to his running back, Leonard Fournette. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. They'll run the option left. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. So that play, I mean, it was pretty well blown up from the start, and it results in a turnover.
Yeah, when you're running the option like that as a quarterback, you have so many different keys and reads to make that sometimes as you're making them, you're not protecting the ball the way you should, and it gets pop free.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. He'll look to throw. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. Touchdown, Seahawks. Will Disley, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks take the forced fumble and convert it into 6 points. They'll try and throw for it. And they are 3 for 3 on 2-point conversions as he is into the end zone for the score. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
The 71 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now a pivot and a give to Fournette. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. They fake the handoff. Now Murray. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 38. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
From the 31, Murray. And he's got his man on the out route. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The Cardinal passing game dialed in now. First down. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. Touchdown, Cardinals. An 18-yard touchdown grab.
And the Cardinals will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And the lead is up to 8.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw here. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And now here is another interception.
Picked up by Marco Wilson. And the Cardinals are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
But based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
They run the option on second down.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A good chunk on the ground on the keeper, 17 yards, first down.
Quick slant to Brown.
Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
On second down, here's Fournette.
83 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Fournette, a first down carry. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. Again, it's Fournette. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. And now here comes the third of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out.
A pass underneath for Fournette. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. A shotgun give to Fournette. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And Murray with a smart move there at the end of the play. Picks up the first down and then slides to the ground.
They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
They'll give Fournette another crack. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the Cards, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they hit the 10-win mark now at 10-5. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to New England to take on the Patriots. Meanwhile, for Seattle, they hit double digits in losses as they fall to 5-10. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Los Angeles Rams.